Bosco, and I'm delighted to talk to you from my box today.
Bosco, it's an absolute honour to chat to you, and thanks so much for coming on and being part of the Access Chats. We've seen you many times out here in Access on our stage, and it's great to be able to chat to you even through Zoom. How have you been getting on during lockdown, Bosco?
I've been doing great. I had lots of things to do, so I never got bored or anything.
And what sort of things did you do?
Well, I made a little pond in my garden, and I was trying to make all the wildlife come in, and you know they did. I got loads and loads and loads of caterpillars.
Caterpillars! Oh my God! I'm a bit scared of caterpillars. What sort of wildlife did you? What sort of how did you plant your pond to make them at a garden to make them all come in?
Well, you see, I have these flowers, and they're called nasturtiums, and caterpillars really love them because first the little butterfly lays the egg on the leaves, and then the caterpillars come out and they munch all the leaves. You wouldn't believe how much they eat. Lots and lots of leaves, and then they make a little cocoon, and then they turn into butterflies.
I know.
So I have lots of butterflies in my garden.
And do you have loads of butterflies in your garden now? You do?
I do. They're white ones, and there's red ones called red admirals and white cabbage white butterflies. I love butterflies.
Yeah, I love butterflies too. They're amazing, and I think it's great to be able to be out with nature. That's one thing that kind of lockdown has given all the boys and girls and all the adults as well, the chance to kind of go out for walks and go out by the sea if it's close enough.
And because the weather has been beautiful.
Yes, it absolutely has. And
I have to wear a hat because I get sunburned real easy.
Well, I was going to ask you, two very good friends of mine have red hair too, and they really burn up very, very. So do you have to wear factor 50 the whole time, do you?
I do, but I'm very careful. I wear long sleeves and I wear my hat because I don't like to get burnt. It's not nice.
No, very dangerous. Come here, come here. Your room is beautiful. Your box, the inside of your box is beautiful. It really, really.
Yeah. I tidied it up for you because it was in a bit of a mess. Because I do a lot of making do's. I make stuff out of Mola, and I do a lot of drawing. I drew all those pictures on my wall myself.
Wow, that's a brilliant picture of Ireland there at the bottom. It's really, really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I love drawing.
Yeah, I remember
you. And you know what else I did in the lockdown?
No, go on.
I wrote stories.
Did you really?
I wrote a story about Betty Beetle and her babies, and they were in my garden, so I made up a story about them.
Would you tell it to us?
Well, it's about this little beetle called Betty, and her house gets washed away in the rain, and she has nowhere to live. Could you believe that? Oh. So she asks everybody to help her, and a lot of people say no, and they have no home. But eventually, after a lot of looking, they find a special little home under a waterfall, and they live happily ever after.
Aww. Yeah, because it's sad.
Because everybody needs a home, don't they?
Well, it's absolutely, and it's very sad that some people don't have homes, and particularly kind of when we were all meant to stay in our homes. It's very sad for people that haven't got homes, isn't it, Bosco?
Oh, it's so sad. I don't know how anybody can manage without a home. I love my little home and my box. That's my safe place to live.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you know, we use the word home and homeless a lot, but that safe space is the most important thing for anyone, being a child or an adult. And if people don't feel safe, it's very, very sad.
It is very sad because you need to feel safe when you close your eyes and go to sleep. And you need to know that you're going to wake up in the same place every day.
Yes, and I think you're right. That story is brilliant because also it means that there's enough people out there who really want to help people as well. And I think if we all kind of bandy together and try and help people as much as possible, it's a great thing.
Yeah, and I wrote another story about that it's all right to feel sad.
Yes.
Because sometimes people say, cheer up, but you have to be sad sometimes. Because if you weren't sad, then you wouldn't know what it's like to be happy. Sure you wouldn't.
Well, I think that's very, very well put, because you're right. Sometimes when you're feeling a bit sad, and it's really annoying sometimes when someone goes, cheer up, because you mightn't be feeling cheery and you might have real things to be sad about. But it's okay to be sad. And also, someone said to me many years ago that if you don't cry the odd time, you'll rust. You know what I mean? You kind of will rust as well.
Yeah, because you always feel better when you have a little cry. Or if you tell somebody that you're feeling sad, that can make you feel an awful lot better.
Absolutely. And that applies for both young people and adults as well. It applies to everybody.
Yeah, because of course children get sad, because something sad can happen every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And the COVID time has been a bit sad as well, because people haven't been able to see their friends for a while, and they haven't been to school, and they haven't been able to go out, and people have been sick. But I think you're right. I think you could. Do you remember the story now to tell us, Bosco? Would you be able to tell us a little story?
About feeling sad?
Yeah.
Well, you see, I was thinking about this little person who was sad all the time, and then she got a friend, and she was talking to her friend, and then everything got happy again.
Absolutely. Come here, can I ask you a question? Because I used to watch you, when I was younger, and I used to love your magic door. I mean, that must have been such an amazing thing to be able to have that poem and to be able to, it's kind of like your imagination, isn't it?
It is, and I always went to the zoo. Did you know that?
Yes.
But the zoo is my favorite place because there's so many animals, and I was very lucky, Bosco, because I got to talk to all animals myself, and I got up really close, and once, do you know what? I got to hold a baby tiger.
A what?
A baby tiger on a blanket, and I was playing with it. Oh, and it was so cute. So I was very lucky, wasn't I?
You were very lucky, but were you not scared?
No, I wasn't scared because they were tiny. They were just like little kittens.
Oh, okay. And you love animals and a lot, Bosco, don't you?
I do. I love animals. And I think this year I love insects an awful lot more than I used to. Because I'm watching those little caterpillars munching all the leaves and watching how they start out really small and then they grow really big. So I think I like insects a lot.
Oh, I don't know. I'm scared of insects sometimes. I don't like creepy crawlies.
Oh, I love them all. And if you learn a little bit about them, like even spiders, do you know spider webs are very important for birds? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Because that's the glue that they use to make their nests.
Oh.
And it's very strong stuff.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. And Bosco, through all your career, your life, and you've had many adventures, and you've met really famous people. And famous people are always talking about how Bosco and how. I mean, how does that feel like to be a celebrity? Do you like that, or do you kind of get shy about people knowing you?
Well, I don't really think that I'm a celebrity. I'm just Bosco. You see, I love people, and I think I love when people love me too. So I'm just normal.
Yes. But you are normal, but also the president of Ireland knows who you are.
Yeah, I think he's a lovely president. I like him a lot, and he likes me. He wrote me a letter once.
That's right. Yeah, I heard about that. That must have been amazing to get.
Yeah, it was really amazing.
Yes. And you've been on the Late Late Show with Ryan Tubridy and everybody as well. That must have been exciting for you, or exciting for Ryan, actually.
Yeah, I was very excited to be on the toy show, but I think that there isn't a person in the whole world that wouldn't love to be on the toy show.
Yes, absolutely. And Bosco, do you have...
Do you know what I was talking about when I was on the toy show? I was talking about Laura Lynn. Do you know Laura Lynn?
Yes, but go on, tell me more.
Well, it's Ireland's only children's hospice, and I love going there. I've been there a lot, and sometimes I even get to do a show there, which I love. But I help raise money for Laura Lynn, and all I do is I ask everybody to recycle their old batteries and help raise money for Laura Lynn.
That's right, and I mean it's a brilliant. What Laura Lynn do are amazing, and also I just say it's very, very easy for people to do that. It's good for the environment, and it's good for Laura Lynn as well, which is a great thing. But
and all you have to do is pop your old batteries in the We Ireland blue boxes, and then they recycle them. And I think that they've nearly made £500,000 out of recycled batteries.
Because
Isn't that amazing?
That's incredible, and people forget that their small bit adds to everyone else's small bit and makes a big bit. You know what I mean? I think it's important that everyone does things, and I think you
sometimes everybody's always asking people to give them money, but this is really good because it's only old batteries, and everybody can collect them.
Yes, and I think it's great that you say you're normal, and it's great that also there's things that you've talked about, because I think boys and girls and young people and mummies and daddies and aunts and uncles and grannies, and it's important to talk about things, because that means people won't be scared of each other, and everything will be more equal for everyone. Isn't that right?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to even wear a mask.
Are you really?
If I have to go into the supermarket or a crowded place, I'm going to wear a mask so that I'll be protecting other people.
Yeah, well, I think, do you know what? I think that's very important that people realize that it's also, yes, you're protecting yourself, but the big job is that we have to protect everybody else, especially now, because I'm talking to you on a day where we're coming out, hopefully, of the COVID pandemic. We're all going to have to work really hard to help each other through the next phase.
Yeah, we are, so that I can go back and do shows again, because I really want to do that.
Well, when I was talking to you today, I'm so sad, and we're trying to make it possible to get you back over to us as soon as possible, because the boys and girls here love you, and we all love you, and I think that's why we're asking everyone to really take responsibility for what they're doing in the next month or so, that we can get theatres open again and get Bosco and everyone else back in on stage, because it's important.
It's very important, because there's lots of people that don't have any work now, because they're singers and jugglers and actors and musicians, and the people who turn on the lights and the people who do the sound and have no jobs.
Yeah, no, and they don't, and people don't realize that. They kind of think, they sometimes don't realize how many people it takes to put on a very, a small or a big show. And unfortunately, those people have got no money now because they can't go out and work. So I think it's very important that the government and everyone else keeps supporting them as well.
Yeah, because people don't realize when you go to see a show, there has to be somebody to open the door, there has to be somebody to take the tickets, there has to be somebody to turn on the lights, there has to be somebody to do the sound, there has to be somebody to write the show, there has to be somebody to act the show. It's a lot of people, isn't it?
It's a lot of people, and they work really, really hard, and that's why I say, like, we all band together with the National Campaign for the Arts, and we kind of make it important that that people realize, because all people during the lockdown have been watching Netflix, they've been watching, interviews, they've been watching TV programs, but they're all people that work in the arts, and that's the same as the other arts that we need supporting as well. So yeah, absolutely, because we want you back in Ballymun, Bosco.
Oh, I really want to come back to Ballymun, because I love Ballymun.
Yes, come here to me. Tell me about, like, I remember you said Make and Do. Make and Do was a big part of your show over many years, and and even you used to have little cartoons and little programs like Freddy the Fox and the Max Spuds and everything, and that. They were great fun.
They were great fun, and I loved those little plastonauts that were made out of plasticine. They were really good, and even one time they had a cartoon of me.
Really?
Yeah, they had a cartoon of me, and it was made by a man called Aidan Hickey. But I think that they were great days because there were lots of children's programs, and there isn't really very many Irish children's programs anymore.
No, they were great days, and very important that like Irish people and Irish young people hear their own voices and see their own, you know, their own lives being portrayed on screens. And I think you're right, they were magic days.
Yeah, they were really, there were so many programs for Irish children. There's not really very many anymore. They made a lot when they were making the school programs,
Yes, they were
but
brilliant.
they didn't really think of making like nice programs for children to watch.
Well, maybe now after the success of the school hub that they might look into the next, you know, into the future now, because I do think there's a massive appetite for, I mean, I grew up on like Wanderly Wagon and yourself, and you know, so there lots of children want to make their own memories of Irish stuff going, you know, into the future.
Yeah. And there was the Den. The Den was great, wasn't it?
It was absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And I know that didn't really cost an awful lot of money.
No. But I think it's kind of, it's wanting to do it, and hopefully now when they see the need for it in the future, that we can all kind of campaign and make a noise. It's important that Irish voices are heard again. Bosco.
Yeah, but I think that they just want to make money, and they haven't got any money to spend on children anymore. And that's a very sad thing, because I think television is just about making money now. Even RTE, that's supposed to be our station, but it isn't really. Sure, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's sad, I suppose. It's sad when everything comes down to money. It really is. And it's sad when people have to make choices around, you know, around money. Because I think in all aspects of life, children are the most important thing, because they're going to grow up and make the future and imagine the future that we're all going to live in. So I think whatever we can help children, and there's lots of different children living in Ireland, and some of them are living, you know, not in great places. We mentioned people that are homeless, but we also have people who arrived here looking for safety and are living in direct provision, which is kind of hard to fathom as well.
And maybe there would be a great day when they get rid of that direct provision, because they say that we're kind to people, and then people from other countries who have a hard time, maybe even war or something, come to Ireland, and they're not made very welcome. Sure, they're not.
No, they are not.
They're not allowed to cook their own food.
No, absolutely. And it's the same for people living in hotels. They can't cook their own food either, and they all living in one room, which we said earlier on is about your safe space in your home. And it's kind of, you know, it's hard at the best of times to raise families, but in those situations, it makes it really hard.
I don't know how people stay happy all the time, because it is very difficult.
Yes, but I think what's great is to have you know, have yourself, Bosco, and other people who entertain. And I think the arts is very important. You know, it kind of give people anything that puts a smile on people's face and gives people hope and makes people realize that change is possible is good.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I do really agree.
Yeah.
Because I think that people, when they say the arts, somebody thinks that that's real highfalutin thing, but it isn't really, because it's everything you read, and the lovely poems and lovely books and lovely songs and music and lots of acting and everything. That's all art, and painting and dancing and all sorts of lovely things.
Bosco, do you ever, like, because you're so full of energy and you do so many shows all the time you know, all around the country, do you ever get tired? I mean, do you mind yourself?
I do. I do mind myself. I love vegetables. So I eat a lot of vegetables and fruit, and I do yoga.
Wow.
Because I love yoga.
Okay.
And sometimes I have a quiet place where I just sit down and have a little think for myself.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a great place, and it's important. Those places are important. I think everyone should have a quiet place or a quiet time they have every day.
Yeah, and I love going to bed because I'm usually very tired.
And come here, do you have good dreams? Do you remember any of your dreams?
Oh yeah, I have lovely dreams, but sometimes I don't remember, but I wake up feeling happy, so I know it was a happy dream.
Yes, well, happy dreams are good. Bosco, can I ask you? You also, though, bit of a pop singer. Why didn't you have an album as well that kind of did very well a few years back? Weren't you?
I made an album called Bosco Sings, and there were great songs on it, like if you miss your bus, you're in trouble. If you're late, you're in trouble too. You won't come in when you're cold. Now your dinner's getting cold. You're in double trouble. Yeah, and a lot of people bought that.
Yes, they did, and it went very high in the charts, didn't it?
It did. It was very, yeah. I believe that year, I can't remember what year it was, but it was a long time ago, that it sold more records than U2.
Well, there you go. I think that's something now, because U2 are an amazing band and they've been brilliant, and I've followed them for many, many years. But for you to have to be able to say that Bosco outsold U2 is amazing. And do you like U2, Bosco?
I love U2. I do. There's some songs that I really like It's a Lovely Day, and I love those songs. Yeah, I listen to them sometimes.
And do you like dancing? Do you dance to the songs? Do you have an little bop?
I do a little bopping. I like that.
Come here. I won't keep you for much longer, but I'm interested in what do you read? Like, do you read books as well? Do you kind of like reading and watching things? Yeah, do you do that, or you just kind of?
You know what I was watching every time it was on during the lockdown? I was watching Spring Watch.
Oh.
I loved that program. And you know, one day there was the most amazing thing on it. There was a little sandpiper, and he was making a little nest in the ground. And a big sheep came over near his nest on the ground, and the little sandpiper frightened him away. And I thought that was amazing.
But like the way you spoke as well there about when you used to go through the magic door into the zoo, it used to get up close to the animals. That's the same as watching those nature programs, because the camera can get up very, very close now. You know, it's really great to see it.
Yeah, you can see things better than even if you're outside looking at them. It's amazing, isn't it? Really? And they had lots of little films all about different animals and foxes and badgers and all things that live in Ireland too.
Yes. And Bosco, when you I said to you, I love the inside of your box. You've done a beautiful job with it. And there's actually a Bosco doll there beside you. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, look, that's a little one. I like him.
But that's what you travel around in to go to bring your shows out to the boys and girls, isn't it?
No, I don't bring my house with me. You're silly, Billy. Imagine if you were going to work and you brought your house with you.
I'm joking with you.
You'd be like a snail or a turtle or something.
So, and do you have to...
I bring my big set and people set it up for me, and I'm up really high so everybody can see me.
Oh, it's
so I do stories as well as stories about me, and then other stories like Hansel and Gretel. I love that story.
Yeah, and every time you come here, you know, and we're hoping to get you back soon, because every time you come here, all boys and girls from all around the north side of Dublin flock here. They come here and it packs out and what do you like most about performing live, Bosco?
I love when I talk to all the boys and girls and they talk back to me. And I love when I hear people laughing. That's really nice.
And come here, what makes you laugh?
Jokes and people doing funny things. Lots of things.
Yes, it's very important to laugh all the time, isn't it?
It is. I'm a good giggler. I really am.
Well, come here. Before I let you go, when you kind of are left alone in your box and you play your music and you have your quiet, do you take all your toys down, Bosco, and do you play with them and wear those hats and everything?
I do. I love playing with my toys. I have lots of Lego because I love Lego. And I love drawing pictures because I make cards for people and I love painting them.
Oh, look, and you've got lovely rainbow colours on both sides of your room there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I made all those little decorations up there.
Wow.
They're made out of paper.
I love your stars.
Yeah, and they shine in the dark.
Well, do they really?
They really do. I love when the light goes off, especially at Christmas time and all the stars are shining.
And come here, my last question for you is, I was talking to someone about you the other day, and they were saying what they love about Bosco is that Bosco is up for everybody, that Bosco is all about equality, and Bosco's, you know, no matter who you are, where you're from.
Oh, yeah. I do believe that. I believe that everybody is equal. It doesn't matter what you are or who you are, as long as you yourself, then that's a good thing. Yeah. Everybody has to be themselves, don't they?
They do, because the world, especially at the moment, the world's very difficult sometimes because people are trying to put one thing against the other, and that's very, very hard, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And if only they could realise that all people are precious. Isn't that right?
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And we have to be open and inclusive to everybody, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be.
Yes.
If they only realise that they fight over very silly things.
Well, when you think about it, you're absolutely right. People fighting about, you know, who they want to marry, where they're from, you know, what the colour of their skin. It's all a bit daft, isn't it?
It is. But if you just look at a person and see who they really are, they're usually very nice.
They are. Well, I think, Bosco, you bring out the best in everybody anyway, Bosco.
Oh, thank you. You're very good and kind.
Well, no, and come here, thank you very much for joining me today. And I'm sorry for disturbing you just after your lunch, but thanks very much for taking the time. And thanks for tidying your bedroom.
And now, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and see how many leaves those caterpillars at.
Oh, no. Well, hopefully you might find a few butterflies coming as well.
I would love that. Thank you for talking to me.
Bye,
see ya.
Bye.
Bye.